Good day everyone, my name's Jack here on Star Wars Galaxy. Today we're going to be discussing the recent Droideka screenshots from Star Wars Battlefront 2 and the drama and upset it's caused in the community. So let's get down right to it. So, as you can know if you was following the recent news from Battlefront 2, once the new DLC, or quote-unquote the clone skins, were announced for us, there was a bit of promo art that was included in it which did look really nice. We used it as part of our thumbnail. Now, people on Reddit and other fans of the Battlefront community dug into this screenshot a little more, as most people do, and a few people started to notice a Droideka hidden in the bottom right corner. Now, obviously this caused quite a lot of upstir in the community, as people thought we was going to get Droidekas as a reinforcement unit. Now, before I go on, I just want to say, I wouldn't blame community members for thinking this could be a hint towards something. It definitely looks like it was put there deliberately to hint towards the community, and when a community like Star Wars Battlefront 2 is starved of content like we have been now, there's nothing wrong with jumping to conclusions when it comes to new hinted content that this could be a Droideka for us or a new reinforcement point coming soon to the game. I just wanted to air that opinion there, but we're going to jump back into this. So once that news hit, it span around the community like wildfire that we might be getting a Droideka. It even crossed our bridge and we did create a video on it and posted a few social media things, indicating that we might actually get a Droideka unit as a reinforcement unit in Battlefront 2. Now a lot of people, including ourselves, were excited for this. And of course, it's a good reason too. It's a Droideka unit, one of the most identical droids in Star Wars. People wanted this in the game. And it's been something Battlefront fans have wanted in the game for quite a while now. Given the fact it was in Star Wars Battlefront 2005, a lot of people have wanted to see its return in a modern Battlefront. And too right as well. We already have the developers teasing us at the start of this year that they might make it into the game. And when this hint came across, it kind of thought, Clone Wars DLC, potentially Droidekas are going to be coming in as well. And yeah, that's not the case anymore. It appears DICE and EA did make a bit of a colossal F-up, to put things lightly, and this has caused one giant upset against the community right now, and it really isn't something the Battlefront community needed. So Ben Walke, the global community manager for Star Wars Battlefront games, or Star Wars in general, came out of a post and it basically said along this. Hi everyone, I just wanted to drop a few lines to clear up some things regarding the screenshot that was released and has dominated the discussion this week. When we first started to see mentions of a Droideka, the instant answer was no, which at the time we believed to be 100% correct. Notice they didn't even check beforehand. This is because we currently have no active plans for Droideka, nor do we have any assets within our active development version of the game. We'll come back to the active development version later. While we saw the similarities, we believed it would be a crash speeder or environmental clutter. Okay, you can kind of see the reason behind there, something to see in a war zone, you can see blown up stuff. This is why we came out and said there wasn't. We want to react quick and to communicate, but more importantly, we didn't want you to think something was coming when it wasn't. This is why we confirmed that it wasn't one. Because we have the ability to reload the scene, think of it like opening at a save point on a level, a screenshot was created in, we did some additional investigation. It was during this investigation that we found old, unused and partially built asset of a Droideka. The asset itself is nothing more than a static model, it has zero integration into the game, meaning it's currently missing rigging animation, VFX, audio abilities, UI and more. While the screenshot was created recently, it was done so on a version of the game that contains some unused assets. Moving forward, we'll be taking steps to ensure this idea or this does not happen again. During development, multiple assets and ideas were explored, and while some did not make it in a final game, others do not. There we go. Now, my one issue with this answer here is, as we've seen before, especially from Ben, the amount of checks these community transmissions goes through before it reaches us, and this was left in and not seen by anyone. Now, it was put in there so small that you'd have to zoom in to identify it as a Droideka, and at first glance it wouldn't look at anything. So you can kind of see Ben's side of the story on this, but when you tell me EA and DICE go through so many checks for community transmission, did no one actually stop to look at the brand new promo art? It's not like this was a recent used image of Yoda or something like that. This was new promo art that has been not seen by the community before, featuring the two coloured clone troopers and the Venator in the background. Now, we've seen the Venator background before, so you can kind of pass it off as that. But this seems like it was put in there deliberately to upstir the community. Now, I obviously don't want to come across as pointing fingers, but it's either direct sabotage from somebody inside the company, or something else is going on here and someone's put that deliberately in there to upset someone. And I hope someone takes responsibility for this, because it has caused damage to the community. Yet again, we're seeing more and more stuff where the community getting excited over something because of a lack of content, and we could just get it confirmed that there is no content actually coming to the game in the form that we want it. We know that a Droideka is something people want in Star Wars Battlefront 2, so surely you check this screenshot before like releasing it. It does seem really annoying and a bit disappointing. A lot of YouTubers, game changers and community members have been coming out and saying they are very disappointed in DICE and EA for actually letting this get out there, and it is quite upsetting, to be honest. To think we're weeks away from, the Clone Wars season, and they're not working on Droidekas or anything like that is kind of pretty disappointing, and may give us a hint of what content's actually being worked on for the game. I mean, the roadmap was already a bit of a disaster anyway. We are getting an updated roadmap next week, but it is kind of disappointing. I myself am upset. I thought, Droidekas might be in the game. And I don't think people should criticize community members or YouTubers for quote-unquote getting carried away that this might be a Droideka in the game, because at the end of the day, people got excited at it. There's nothing wrong with getting excited at something that might be in the game. And it did look like it was put there as a deliberate tease. It was small enough so at first glance you wouldn't notice it. I didn't notice it at first glance. But if you looked into it like some people evidently will in a community, then you would find it. That is the definition of an Easter egg or a tease, to be honest. So you think somebody would have identified that firsthand. But, it's just disappointing. I want to hear your guys' opinions on it down below in the comment section, just to get an idea of what's going on, and your feelings on this, and the game as a whole. I know a lot of game changers and community members are currently losing faith in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and so am I, to be honest. It's getting to a point now where it's like, what content are we actually going to get delivered at the end of this year? So yeah, it's, the future of Star Wars Battlefront 2, it is a questionable one right now, and I do hope there is, a good future in hand for Battlefront 2, but all we see at the minute is there are no plans for this. It's kind of such a shame. In other news, there are confirmation that health cards for heroes are being worked on and stuff like that. It is coming very soon. Ben did confirm this, so hopefully we have more to talk about that next week once the roadmap drops and the new update for Battlefront 2 drops. But in the meantime, I think, we just need to look at the game, consider what we've got, and just move on from there. As usual, I want to hear your guys' opinions down below. Remember, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to Star Wars Galaxy for your latest Star Wars news and your Star Wars Battlefront and gaming news as well. We'll be covering the new update next week, as well as talking about the roadmap and the future of Star Wars Battlefront 2. I've been Jack, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.